Greetings, mortals. You were probably expecting somebody else. But fear not, for our owner is around. As a matter of fact, there's a bit of him there, and a bit of him over there as well. So please forgive me while I take over this mediocre means of communication. And I do hope that you enjoy what I bring to this channel. Forgive me. Forgive me.
What's up, pals and gals? It's your boy, the Wolfgamer25. And I do apologize about that. This idea was actually pitched to me that I should maybe try to do my streams in some of my cosplays or even in costume. Since this being the 10th episode, that's right, you got it. I'm finally up to 10 episodes, ladies and gents, and let me tell you, it has been a journey. I have learned a lot. I have gained a lot, including subscribers, views. I do appreciate all that. But for today, if you can't tell by the theme, yes, of course, we will be introducing some of my favorite fighters from the Mortal Kombat series. Granted, yes, this is one of the earlier variations of Sub-Zero from the not Mortal Kombat 11, but Mortal Kombat X. I couldn't, unfortunately. I mean, I will be working on him in the future as a cosplay, but for right now, he'll suffice. He'll do. Being that, and he's my favorite fighter. So, for today, we will be introducing 5 figures. That's right, count them 5. There will be some, I'm going to say, familiar faces in here. You guys will recognize them. And I have different variations of them because they were the only ones that I could procure. And I do also want to give a shout out to those who gave me the courage and inspiration to step up and try this. And I will be in the future doing this a whole lot more because I have done a lot more cosplays in the future, and I will be introducing them into my streams a whole lot more. But besides that, why don't we just get down to the nitty gritty, huh? Because since today the topic, of course, is combat, of course, Figure Friday, but also Fighter Friday. This is another one of those things that I can delve into, talk about it all day, because since the early days of the local arcade that I have here, I have always been a huge fan of fighter games. Now, granted, Mortal Kombat has always been my favorite. Ever since the days of, like I said, the arcade. The first fighter game that I ever played, ironically, was Mortal Kombat. And you know how most people say that you play a certain game, you'll turn out violent. Look at me. I mean, I played it since the first time, and I played it now. I'm actually playing Mortal Kombat 11, and I'm not violent. Yeah, granted, I get mad, but then again, who doesn't? Who doesn't? But that doesn't mean I want to, punch into your chest, rip your heart out, and squeeze it right in front of you until it busts. Granted, some people make me feel that way, but that's that's a whole different thing. So why don't I just calm? That way, I won't have to hurt anybody. And I hope you guys sit back. Hope you relax. Have yourself some snacks, maybe a nice drink or two. I can't say alcoholic, non-alcoholic, because hey, you do you. You do you, because that's what this stuff is all about. You doing you. So why don't we start by introducing one of the fighters I've picked up, of course. These also 4 of the figures. They were of the first wave of Mortal Kombat fighters that had hit the stores on, I'm going to say, back in one of the years. I think it was like 2000, maybe 9 or 10. I don't know, to be honest, boss. But we'll be introducing those tonight. Let's start, of course, with I call him Cue Ball. Of course, you know, everyone knows him as Cue Ball, but everyone knows him also as a sorcerer because he likes to stand shoulder. He stood shoulder to shoulder with Shang Tsung in the Deadly Alliance whenever it was formed for the first time. Um, he likes to use a lot of skulls, you know, with a little green R around them. But you know, other than Cue Ball, he's also known as Quan Chi. Come on, focus for me, camera. Come on now, don't do this to me now. But I'm sure that when the camera focuses, you'll see it. Sorry. Maybe if I move my face out of the thing. Come on, focus, camera. Dang. You know, someone told me if I put my hand behind it that maybe it'll work, but it's not working for me right now. But if I get the chance, I will be trying to post more of them on my Instagram story. That way, you guys can see them. I do believe I actually already have some photos of them on my Instagram, which I'm going to drop a link in the comment section below. That way, if you guys want to check it out, feel free to. You know, hey, any kind of questions, comments, anything like that, drop them below. But I do apologize for this. If my camera will ever focus. Oh, dang, come on, do it again, do it again, do it again. No? Okay. Well, if you guys can see, of course, his accessories, including his blade, he's got a couple of green skull hands on his back. Which of course he uses for his defenses. Now, Quan Chi, he was first introduced in, if I think back, Sub-Zero mythologies. Yeah, Mortal Kombat mythology Sub-Zero. If I remember right, that was the first time he was introduced. Don't quote me on that because I still have a lot to learn about this game and all these characters. But why don't we move on? We're moving on to somewhat of a crowd favorite. This guy, he packs a pretty good punch, and he'll certainly light up your night. That's ironic because one of the main elements that this guy likes to rock is lightning. And of course, you guys know him as the God of Thunder, Raiden. That's right, folks. Oh my goodness, that's perfect. And I decided to switch out his regular hands for his lightning hands because I feel like it adds more character to the figure itself. And of course, detachable hat. Let me give you a nice 360 of the boy. I like the detail on all these figures. I'm not gonna lie, it's every sorry. Every last detail down from the head to the toes is spot on from the game itself, from the Mortal Kombat X game. Okay, now we will be introducing another crowd favorite. This guy, honestly, he is, I say an elemental because he likes to use the fire element, but at the same time, he was made into a specter, thanks, of course, to Quan Chi's magic, and after his family was murdered, and he was betrayed, but after he found out the truth, which ironically was in Mortal Kombat X, he took his revenge, and he took it very nicely. But you guys, he packs a mean spear and a mean sting. I'll give it up for my boy, Scorpion, aka Hanzo Hasashi. Maybe it'll focus, maybe it won't. If I just get him. Could be the lighting, but either way, give you a nice 360. He does have a little piece of plastic across his face. Mainly, it's to hold his mask on because unfortunately the manufacturers didn't make it to where it sticks permanently. But the cool thing about it, let me help. You know, he's got, of course, detachable swords. It wouldn't be Scorpion if he didn't have detachable swords. You know. Uh-oh. There we go. Now, cool thing about it, like I said, the plastic actually comes off. If I can get it. There we go. And, which is even better, is that you can actually take the mask off. So, perfect. Okay. And, which is even cooler, is that they actually decided to give him a face. There we go. If you can't tell, yeah. Like I said, thanks to Quan Chi's and his lies and stuff, he basically manipulated Scorpion into doing his bidding. He took revenge. He killed him. Supposedly killed the one who he thought had killed his family, but in the end, Quan Chi, like I said, he used him for his own selfish gain, and that just it really got me upset because Scorpion had suffered so much. He had a wife, he had a kid, little Satoshi, He was a great fighter. He had a lot of honor in his heart. He was leading the clan of the Shirai Ryu, and unfortunately, in doing so, by murdering the rival clan, the Lin Kuei, that kind of stained it, the Shirai Ryu and the loyalty. But in the end, like I said, Scorpion, he got his revenge. Then the fact that he took it out so well on Quan Chi by relieving him of his head made it all the more satisfying. Moving on, we're going to be introducing. Now, this one is. He is unlike anything that I ever saw the first time that I saw him fight, which, if I remember right, he began fighting in Mortal Kombat 3. Yes, it was Mortal Kombat 3. And I didn't really know what to expect of him until I had read his backstory. And as it turns out, this particular individual is made up of not one, but many souls. That's true. Because he was made from Quan Chi's magic. He was made to serve the Emperor Shao Kahn, and honestly, I like his color, because it's my favorite color. It's red, if you can't tell. But why don't we just introduce this guy right here, Mr. Ermac. That's right, folks. Ermac is here. Okay. Now, the reason that this one actually looks so much different from the other ones that I procured is because this is from the Storm Collectibles. Now, their figures are a lot more lifelike, a little bit more posable, which I really love that because in the detail is very good. He comes with a little detachable spirit ball, or soul ball as you call it. You guys can see, which of course also can be used to attach on the inside of his hands. If I just bust it open real quick, like, goes to can there for me. See, that's what I like about it, is because whenever you can make like the accessories themselves work for the figures, then that adds a whole lot more character to the description of which it was brought up. Now, from what I've read about Mr. Ermac here is, as I said before, he was made up of, wait, scratch what I said. I'm sorry. He was made up of Shang Tsung's magic. Forgive me. He was made up of Shang Tsung's magic in order to act as one of the personal bodyguards for Shao Kahn. And he, his moveset, his abilities, and just like the sheer magic and force of him, it took me by storm. Because the first time I saw him in Mortal Kombat 3, I thought that he was just a regular guy dressed up in red. And next thing I know, I took him out for a test run, and he ends up using the souls themselves as ammo in order to basically whoop your ass. And he's very deadly. His moveset is good. And I also love the fact that they introduced him in Mortal Kombat X, because it kind of tied more into the story, and you see a lot more wither and age on his face, but he just looks epic. I love the fact that they gave him his retro look from the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 game, and he did come with 2 other accessories. I don't know why, but he came with both arms. They were missing at about right here, and the blood splatter was kind of on it. And I'm assuming that that's used on the other Storm collectibles that I saw, because there's also a Scorpion, there's also a Sub-Zero, basically made by the same manufacturer, and I am definitely going to be on the hunt for those guys. That way I can add to the collection, bring them all together, and try and take some awesome shots of them. Now, for last, we will be introducing my personal favorite. As I said before at the very beginning, he's the Grand Master of the Lin Kuei. He's a cryomancer, and he is the younger brother. That's what I like about this guy, because um, me also, I'm also the younger brother of another brother, But hey, I love him. He's the best. He's my big brother, and I love him. I'll do anything for him. But I would very much like to introduce Kawhi Liang, aka Sub-Zero. Go ahead, give him a 360. Look how good. Let him know how good you look. Maybe just get a close up. That's right. Sit still for me, Sub. Sit still. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Now, he did come with other accessories other than the ice blade. He did come with a ball of frost, but I decided to keep the ice blade. Oh, yeah, he also came with an ice hammer. But I decided to keep the ice blade because, unfortunately, the way the ice ball was made, you couldn't put it around his hand like you could Ermac's Spirit Ball. But it's still very spot on. I love that they added to it. The detail on him is awesome. As I said, spot on to Mortal Kombat XL. I applaud the manufacturers on that because they put so much effort into every one of these figures. They put every little attention to detail. They're all fully posable. They come with their own unique accessories, which that is just epic. Because, like I said, it adds to the character, and honestly, it makes me feel just so much like I've gone back to the old days, seeing them like as much of a crew as they were, as despite the fact that they all wanted their heads, But in a way, Mortal Kombat itself is about one thing and one thing only: bringing everyone together in the spirit of fighting. And applauds to Ed Boon and the producers at NetherRealm Studios for keeping this game franchise up and running. It's going successful. The game itself, Mortal Kombat 11, is amazing in every way. The fatalities are awesome. The brutalities, I love how they brought back some of the retro ones. Like as I was just playing with Cabal yesterday, I noticed that they brought back his Screamer brutality from I believe that was Mortal Kombat 3. Yes, it was. And I do apologize if some of my history is off because I haven't had a chance to delve into it. But as I said, this is one of those things that I could talk about all day and all night. But I don't want to bore you guys with that because that's a discussion for a whole nother time. Which, of course, it will be done. It will definitely be done. If not on a Figure Friday, if anything else, I might try introducing, Talkative Tuesdays, because I've been brainstorming here and there, seeing all my options and exploring everything. And so far, it's been awesome. It's been a great ride. But, man, I got to take a breath after that one. I do hope that you guys enjoy the stream. I do hope that you guys love everything that I've been bringing to the streams themselves. And if you would like to ask any kind of questions, comments, or if you just want to say hello, as I said, please feel free to drop that in the comments section below. And as I said, I'm going to try my best to drop an Instagram link of mine into the description itself. So that way, if you guys want, hey, feel free, come over to my Instagram, have a look. Because I do take photos of the figures themselves. It's been a while since I've done so, but I'm trying to get back into it because that is also another hobby that I like, because I want to be able to explore more options as I've seen some of the details on them. Like I've seen some other folks who do. They use like a can of air to stir up some dust. You know, that way it adds a whole lot more effect to it. And I want to try to add some of that into my shots. But I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I do hope that you guys keep pushing me and enjoying all the content that I push out. And if you would like, feel free to hit that follow button right there. Thank you very much. That's going to be put up later. I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I do hope that until next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, and stay stealthful and deadly. Peace.